Now we are going to discuss the story of the letter. See here, this lesson is totally dependent on the feelings of a father, a poor father, who is waiting for the letter of his beloved daughter. Let us go into the storylines. In the grey sky of early dawn, stars still glowed. So here the description is given. It is early morning time, and in this early morning time the sky is grey and the early dawn stars still glowed, means glowed, the stars are still glowed, means shone. It is the early morning time where the sun did not rise completely, the stars are still there in the sky, and in the early morning time what happened we are going to see in the storyline. A happy memories light up a life that is nearing its close. So the happy memories are lighting up the life. Here they are going to describe about an old man. So the writer has described like this. The sweet memories what a person, old person. How can I come to a conclusion that the person is old? See here the line, light up a life that is nearing its close. A life that is nearing its close, which indicates that the description is being given about an old person who is cherishing about his memories, the sweet memories at the early hours of a day. An old man was walking through the town now and again, drawing his tattered clothes tighter to shield his body from the cold and biting wind. As how we have described in the first para itself, second para, it became very clear that the description is being given about an old person. So, an old man was walking. So, what is happening in that early morning time? An old man is walking through the town, means in the streets of the town. Now and again, so while walking, what is this old man doing? Now and then he is drawing his tattered clothes. So tattered clothes, T-A-T-T-E-R-E-D, tattered means torn. So the old man now and then he is dragging his tattered means torn clothes tighter. So why is he drawing his clothes tighter? To shield his body, to cover his body from the cold wind. As you all very well know, early morning time, it's so chill outside. It will be so cool outside. As this man is an old man, he is trying to cover his body. He is trying to shield his body with the clothes so that he should not feel more chilled. From some houses came the sound of grinding mills and the sweet voices of women singing their work, and the sounds helped him along his lonely way. So here in the next paragraphs, it is very clear that the old man is walking all alone. So, and how is he able to pass his time while walking? Some sounds he is hearing from the nearby houses. What are the sounds coming here? The grinding means crushing mills, and the sweet voices of the women who are singing at the time of their work. These are helping the old man to pass his time while walking all alone on the streets of the town. Except for the occasional bark of a dog, the distant steps of a workman going early to work, or the screech of a bird disturbed before its time, the whole town was wrapped in deadly silence. As you all very well know, daytime we can hear so many sounds as the people will be moving here and there, vehicle sounds and all. But it is the early time, so the town is covered with deadly silence, means we cannot hear any major sounds. Hardly we can hear some sounds like somewhere the dog barking, and from some other places the chirping of the birds, the sounds of the birds. You very well know early morning time what all the sounds we hear from from outside in a town scenery. The same sounds even we can hear here. Except those sounds, the remaining all the town is covered in deadly silence. Most of its inhabitants were still in the arms of sleep. The sleep which grew more and more profound on account of the intense winter cold. For the cold used sleep to extend its sway over all things, even as a false friend lulls his chosen victim with caressing smiles. So here the scenery means the climate of the scene is also given. It is the winter time. Winter early morning time. The description of the scenery is already given in the previous lines. So the remaining description, it is being said that almost all the inhabitants means residents. Inhabitants means residents, means the people who are living in that town were still in the arms of sleep. That means the people who are living in the town, majority of the people are still sleeping. So that's the reason why we can see only very few people outside. The sleep which grew more and more profound. So it is a time, early morning time, some people will have a deep sleep. So profound. Profound means deep. Some people will be very deeply sleeping at that time. Why few people will be very deeply sleeping at that time? It is because of the winter coldness. So here intense. Intense is a word which tells us. Intense is the word which tells a great. Intense winter cold. The coldness of the winter makes the people a bit lazy, snuggy. They feel like sleeping. For the cold you sleep to extend its sway. Sway means hold. Sway means hold. Because of this coldness, the people feel like holding over all things, even as a false friend lulls. Lulls means causes a sleep. Lulls means causes sleep. The old man causes sleeps means feeling sleepy. His chosen victim with caressing smiles. Caressing means loving smiles. With a happy smile, nicely covering all the body under the bed sheet. So having some, avoiding the body from the winter coldness. Sleeping, the people like sleeping at that time nicely. The old man, shivering at times but fixed of purpose, plodded until he came out of the town gate onto a straight road. So when all the remaining people are very nicely sleeping, what is this old man doing? This old man shivering. So shivering, he came out. Shivering means shaking. Shaking, this old man at times. Sometimes he is shaking because of the coolness outside. But fixed of purpose means, but he had a very urgent and important work. It is purposefully. Plodded means walked tiredly. Plodded. So, plodded means walked tiredly. He is tiresome. From the long distance is coming, walking. So he is walking tiredly until he came out of the town gate. Means now he crossed the town gate onto a straight road. He crossed the town gate and he came onto a straight road. Along this, he now went at a somewhat slower pace, supporting himself on his old staff. So means now, till now he was coming on a straight road, but now he is moving on a still sloper area as is very old. He is taking the support, he is taking himself the support of old staff. So what is the meaning of the word old staff? It is a stick. The old people, they carry stick while walking to support their body so that they don't fall down. So this man is also, as he is very old, he has taken the support of his old stack. So with the help of that stick, he is moving forward. Till now he was coming on the normal road, but now as he is moving towards down, he needs the support of his stick, and with the help of the stick, in a cold winter, shiveringly, this man is moving for a purpose. He is going to a particular place, is going on his work when all the remaining people are nicely sleeping. On one side of the road was a row, means one side of the road there is a row, means line, a particular line is there, line of trees. On the other side of the town's public garden, so the place where he is walking, on one side there is a line of trees and on the other side there is a public garden. The sky was darker now and the cold more intense. So the sky is so darker, means the sun did not rise, and the coolness means the chillness is so severe. For the wind was blowing straight along the road, on which they fell like frozen snow. Only the faint light of the morning star. So the people like becoming frozen, means freezed because of the chillness. That much of chillness is there outside. Only the lightning stars, the morning stars. It's a faint light given here. Faint light means dim light. Dim light of the stars, morning star is there, except that the remaining all is very dark. At the end of the garden stood a handsome building of the newest style, and the light gleamed through the crevices of its closed doors and windows. Now here finally he came to a place where at the end of the garden, he is moving on one side of the road there is a garden, he is moving straight. At the end of the garden there is a newly constructed newest style building which is closed. Few lights are switched on, that gleam of light we can see, the remaining everything is closed. Here we can see gleamed means shone. G-L-E-A-M-E-D, gleamed means shone. And through the crevices means cracks. What are there in the building? From the crevices, cracks of its closed doors and windows. All the doors and windows are closed, but there are some cracks to the building where we can see some light. Beholding the wooden ark of this building, the old man was filled with the joy that the pilgrim feels when he first sees the goal of his journey. So, beholding means taking a look. Beholding. Taking a look at or seeing. So, seeing that building, the wooden ark of the building, seeing the wooden ark of the building, the old man was filled with the joy. So, the old man felt joyful. Why did he feel joyful? He felt joyful as if a pilgrim, when he reached his destination, the place, how he feels. Pilgrims are the people who will be visiting holy places. So, to visit the holy places in olden days, they have to travel for so many kilometers for so many days. They used to go by walk. So, after that much of struggle, if they reach their destination, how happy the pilgrims used to feel. In the same way, this old man also, seeing that newly constructed building, newest building, he felt very joyful, very happy. On the ark hung an old board with the newly painted letters, Post Office. So, finally, where did this person reach? The building to which the old man came is a post office. He reached the post office that early morning in a cool, chilled situation. The old man went in quietly and squatted on. So, squatted. Squatted means sat on legs. So, the old man, seeing the post office, he felt very happy. He went inside and he sat on his legs there. He was waiting for something. Even the post office is not yet opened, as it is already given the description that all the doors are closed. The veranda. Where did he sat? He sat on the veranda. The voices of 2 or 3 people busy and their routine work could be faintly heard through the wall. So, early morning the postman need to take all the letters and he need to give, that means he need to take the letters to the concerned persons. So, few people, 1 or 2 people are busy in that work. Police superintendent, a voice called sharply. The old man started at the sound, but composed himself again to wait. So composed, what he did, the people who are very busy in scattering the letters what they have received, this man, the old man, he went and he sat there listening to the voice when the people are telling, means when they will segregate all the letters, telling that one letter to whom they got, they are reading the names what all written on the letter. So when one person read, so police superintendent, so this man thought of going and asking them, but he controlled, the old man controlled himself and he sat there itself. But for the faith and love that warmed him, he could not have borne the bitter cold. So even he had some faith, he is expecting something there. So with the faith in his mind, even though it is so cool outside, bitter means very much cool. So the outside, as it is the winter season and the early morning time, so even though it is bitter cool, means very much cool outside, the old man did not feel anything. He came there and waiting for something. Name after name rang out from within as the clerk read out the English addresses in the letters and flung them to the waiting postman. So one person, seeing the names on the letters one after another, he is reading the addresses which are written in English and he is giving to the postman. Here flung, flung means he is throwing. Through. So reading the names, he is throwing the letters to the postman. From long practice, he had acquired great speed at reading out the titles: Commissioner, Superintendent, Diwan Sahib, Librarian, and in flinging the letters out. So as this person daily he had the same work, daily he will be reading the names. So he is very fast in reading the names one by one. Very quickly he got acquainted. Acquired means got. So the person who is reading the names, he got great speed of reading the names because daily it is his work. Daily he is doing the same. So he got a great speed. Reading and reading one after another very fast. In the midst of this procedure, a jesting voice from inside called, "Coachman Ali." The old man got up, raised his eyes to heaven in gratitude, and stepping forward, put his hands to the door. So when this is joking, all means when this thing is joking going on, all of a sudden they are making jokes. See here, this old man, he had some feeling, means he is expecting something. Most probably you might have understood, as it is a post office, this old man is expecting a letter. And daily, as if the people go for a job on a time, in the same way this old man daily morning, when this postman was sitting and segregating the letters, this old man used to visit the post office. This old man used to visit the post office, thinking that, expecting a letter. These people who are there in the post office, they used to make fun of him, as daily for so many years this man is coming, until now he did not receive even a single letter. So they are making jokes out of him, they are making fun out of him. So here see, in the midst of this process, means when this process is going on, in the middle, as jesting, jesting means making a joke, Jesting, jesting means making a joke. In the middle of this process, the people who are reading out the names on the letters to make a joke, one voice came from inside calling, "Coachman Ali." So what is the name of this old man? His name is Ali. Someone called Coachman Ali. The old man got up. When he heard his name, all of a sudden the old man got up from his place, expecting that he received a letter. Raised his eyes to heaven in gratitude. When he heard the name, he raised his heaven, means he is just thinking about the God, showing his gratitude, means thankfulness. Gratitude means Gratitude means thankfulness. Showing his thankfulness, he raised his eyes to the heaven and stepping forward, up his hands to the door. So he thanked God as he received a letter and he came near the door. Poor old man, he doesn't know that those people are joking. So they are just simply joking. Gokul Bhai, yes, who is there? So this man came inside telling Gokul Bhai. Immediately, who is there inside? They are asking, who is there? You called out Coachman Ali's name, didn't you? Here I am. I have come for my letter. So as the man called Ali's name, he went there and he is asking, as you have called my name, yes, I am here. I came here to fetch my letter. It's a madman, sir, who worries us by calling every day for letters that never come, said the clerk to the postmaster. So the clerk and the postmaster, they are making fun of him. Initially, wantedly, they called his name, but when this man went there to fetch his letter, they are addressing him as a madman. So what the clerk is telling to the postmaster here? It is a madman, sir. So he is showing Ali that he is a madman who worries us by calling every day for letters. So the same madman who used to call us daily for the letters and that never come. So he is telling that he will daily call us and ask for the letters, but he will never receive the letters. So they are addressing this old man as a madman. The old man went back slowly to the bench on which he had been accustomed to sit for 5 long years. So for the past how many years this old man is going to that post office? It is not 1 or 2 years. He is going for a long 5 years, 5 long years. Daily his duty, morning he will go to the post office and he got accustomed to sit on a bench there. Accustomed means in the habit of. So accustomed means in the habit of. So this man for 5 long years daily is going to that post office and he got accustomed, means he got in the habit of sitting on the bench there. Ali had been a clever shikari. Shikari means is a hunter. He is a very brilliant hunter. As his skill increased, so did his love for hunt, till at last it was as impossible for him to pass a day without hunting as it is for the opium eater to forego his daily portion. So he is a very skillful hunter. As he is doing that work very skillfully, his interest also on hunting grew day by day, and without hunting he never left even a single day. Daily he used to go for hunting. It is the previous story of Ali what we are going to discuss now. He is a very good hunter. So forego means he never left. Foregoing means leave. Not even a single day he used to forego hunting. That much of interest he cultivated, he developed towards hunting, as he is a very skillful hunter. Daily hunting has become his portion, means his piece of work. When Ali sighted the earth-brown partridge, almost invisible to other eyes, the poor bird, they said, was as good as in his bag. His sharp eyes saw the hare crouching. Even when the dogs failed to see the creature cunningly hidden in the yellow-brown scrub, Ali's eyes would catch the sight of his ears, and in another moment it was dead. Besides this, he would often go out with his friends, the fishermen. So Ali, why we call him as a skillful hunter, even if a small living being which is hidden in a bush, his eyes used to catch it very sharply. Even the dogs also might have failed sometimes, but Ali's sight is such sharp that he used to catch any living which is there hidden inside nicely, even a small bird which is hidden inside a bush. In the same way, even his hearing capacity is also very sharp. By his eyesight and hearing capacity, he used to identify where the birds are hiding themselves nicely, and the next moment when he identified, he used to kill it, means it was dead. The bird used to be deaths. That much of sharp, skilled hunter is Ali. And besides this, means other than this hunting, he used to go out with his friends who are fishermen. That means Ali used to go for fishing also. But when the evening of his life was drawing in, he left his old ways and suddenly took a new turn. His only child, Miriam, married and left him. She went off with a soldier into his regiment in the Punjab, and for the last 5 years he had no news of his daughter, for whose sake alone he dragged along a cheerless existence. So when this man is so young, energetic, he used to do hunting very nicely in a skillful manner. Other than hunting, he used to go for fishing also. But as he is becoming old, so when he became old once, he changed his lifestyle. He took up a new pattern, new style in his life. What he did, when his daughter got married, when his daughter Miriam got married to a soldier, and she moved with her husband to the regiment of Punjab. They got transferred to Punjab, and from the last 5 years he did not hear anything, means he did not receive any message from her daughter. So he started visiting this post office. That started only last 5 years. Now he understood the meaning of love and separation. He could no longer enjoy the sportsman's pleasure and laughter at the bewildered terror of the young partridges, buffet of their partners, means buffet of their parents. So what happened previously when he was a hunter, he never understood this love and affection, partition affection and all. But when he became older, when he left his only child, means when his only child left him and went away, far away from him, he started realizing the inner meaning of life, the feelings what he can show towards her daughter. He felt lonely and he started waiting for the letter or a message from his daughter. Although the hunter's instinct was in his very blood and bones, such loneliness had come into his life since the day Miriam had gone away, that now, forgetting his sport, he would become lost in the admiration of the green cornfield. So even though he is a good hunter, even though that inspiration is there within him, he lost everything from by the time his daughter left him and went away from him to a faraway place. From then onwards, he left everything and he just started waiting for a small message from his daughter.
If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel to get more videos on CBSE syllabus.